Hey kids, you're about to listen to a comedy podcast. That means that none of this is medical advice. If you need medical advice or medical care, please contact your doctor.
Welcome to the Jock Doc podcast,
where we discuss fitness and health and how to incorporate our modern understanding of science and medicine into our daily lives, but without it being so boring. I'm your host, drlondonsmith.com. I'd like to begin by apologizing to our listeners. We've received some feedback about the excessive amount of technical medical terms that I've been using, such as nephrolithotomy and chortle, so I will try to temper my terminology to a simpler one in the future. Here to help with that is our producer, Cameron.
Hey, Dr. London, I hate to do this on air, but we don't have time to do it otherwise. You haven't sorted through your mail in forever. And I've been going through the mailbox and cleaning everything out, and can we just go through some of this stuff of yours real quick?
Yeah, I mean, I just hate to go through it, because...
Well, just some of this stuff, it doesn't seem like you even look at anymore. Like there's this huge stack of Ants Monthly magazine. What do you need to be subscribed to this still?
Yeah, well, I put it down on the lawn so the ants have somewhere to walk. It's usually like little ant mazes for the ants. It's a fold-out thing.
That's what the magazine is? So it's not like about ants, it's for ants. And it's like games and stuff.
I've never read it myself. But yeah, no, I get it for like I said, for the lawn, I put it next to an ant pile sometimes. Sometimes you don't want to put it too close to the ant pile, or because you want them to get some exercise and walk a little bit. So
you are the Jock Doc through and through. Yeah.
So, I'll lay them out, and then I honestly, I don't even check on it really, because it's kind of just their thing. It's like, I don't know. Would you go check on the cat food? No, you just put it out there and let the thing do the thing. So.
Yeah, you let the thing do the thing. Okay. We also have another, monthly thing you have here. You've got the Butt of the Month Club. I don't know what this is.
Yeah. Is this issue out? I had forgotten about these.
Okay. Yeah. So keep subscribing to this as well.
Well, yeah.
But this isn't like a magazine. It's like a box service. It's like a loot crate type of thing.
Yeah. Do we have this month's?
Yeah, we have the last 6 months here. What is this? What is in this
I'm
box?
gonna be so behind. Okay. Yeah, no, it's a bunch of so basically we have the top and I want to say this isn't just A-lister stuff. This is also indie film, just the best butts out there. They find these actors and they make a mold of their butt, and then they basically make copies so that you can wear it. And so I've been 6 months. It's been a while since I went to my butt club, but
wait, so then whose butt have you been rocking for the last 6 months?
Okay, this is a little bit embarrassing, but I've been in movies as well, and I'm actually rocking my own butt.
Oh wow, what a power move!
Yeah, and I'm trying to drive popularity by ordering mine, because I had to call in to get them to start listing it.
Right. And were you the first order?
Yeah. Well, I haven't. They don't give me the numbers for this stuff because it's not my company or whatever. But they haven't I don't know. I order a lot of them.
Yeah. I've been opening a couple of these. You've got these aren't. I feel like these are people. I don't know if they're known for their butts. It's like Samuel Jackson's butt.
Yeah.
You've got Grover's butt from Sesame Street.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
okay.
It was a month celebrating furries. Was that month? Yeah.
Yeah. This one says the Mumford and Sons guy's butt. Doesn't even have his name, and I know there's no way that guy is known for his butt. There's no way.
Well, it's not what he's known for in particular, but it's an enthusiast part of it. Some people aren't known for their feet, but people still want feet pics. Yeah. That's just how it is.
This one says Jennifer Lopez's childhood friend's doctor's
good. That
grandmother's butt. Which to me, that's so many degrees removed. Jennifer Lopez, who does have a famous butt, not even utilized in this company at all. They had to get her childhood best friend's doctor's grandmother's.
Well, it's like I said, there's some indie stuff, and
I guess that really is indie, huh?
Yeah, that she's played an extra maybe in something. So, but like when you watch movies, once you've joined the butt club, then you do watch movies and you're like, oh.
You see them in a different way.
Yeah. That's like why you get on IMDb, you check the, go for the cat. You're like, okay, that's the butt I remember. Okay,
well this one, I mean Minions butt? How does that even work? They're animated characters. What are you getting the mold from?
That's so that one, and granted, like these are all questions that I wouldn't know, except that once again I have my own mold done. But yeah, I believe that Pixar was called up, and yeah, they went in, and because for every one of these animated characters, they do have to make a real life version. Like that's how, for promotional purposes.
And DreamWorks got Pixar to do it.
Yeah, well, Pixar's way better at that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and like they hang out.
DreamWorks was like, we can't handle real life Minions, but we know Pixar can.
Yeah, that's Pixar's whole deal. I think, like in the butt world at least. I don't know about everything else.
Yeah, Pixar moms do have a butt thing. That is a meme.
You're catching on. Okay.
Okay, well, the last thing in the mail, Dr. London, here is Cat of the Day Club, and this is a pile that it reeks. It stinks to high heavens, and a few of them have been, you can see, like, moving around just a little bit, as if something is sort of bumping up against the inside of the box.
Those ones, I'll admit, I've intentionally not opened because they seemed really upset.
Yeah. But... Okay, so can I cancel this subscription at least, or do I need to keep?
It's just one of these things, like, last month's cat is starting to look old. Sorry, last month, 6 months ago's cat is starting to look old, and I'm like, I don't know. I could use a fresh one, but do I even want to bother? It's like, I don't know. I can't decide, I guess, is ultimately.
Oh, yeah. So I guess... Right. Well, it's kind of like Netflix. You spend 20 minutes looking through there to be like, what am I going to watch? And then you don't watch anything. But you still subscribe.
Yeah, just like Netflix, right? Keep a cat in a box and it dies.
Yeah. All right, that's it. Sorted your mail.
All right, well, Cameron, we have a sponsor today.
Are you for real?
Yeah. No, it's Caldera Lab.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay, let me text my mom real quick. I just told her we didn't have a sponsor.
Okay. Yeah. No, you should... I almost think you should just tell her we have a sponsor unless otherwise mentioned. Because if you have to text her every time...
Yeah, well, she just likes to be updated.
Yeah. Okay.
She worries.
Yeah. And it's something to talk about, I guess. So anyway, so if you're not taking care of your skin, people are going to notice that. Because it's the first thing they see usually, and they'll think you're way older than you are, or that you don't care about your appearance, and that's why you should use Caldera Lab, where compliments are guaranteed. Now, we have such good skin that we got recruited for temp work at a spy agency. We all know that spies in movies have great skin, and that's how we landed this gig, which... I was excited about it first, because on paper it seemed really exciting.
It seemed really exciting, and I definitely understand why spy agencies go for these highly attractive people with fantastic skin, like us, and like in the movies, because you sort of need that as a clean slate to put on all of the various disguises you'll need to put on. And, if your face was all like grizzled and like nasty... then those were the only type of characters you could play, are these grizzled, nasty guys. It really limits your range, your acting range. Now the problem is we've gotten here, and none of the stuff I was expecting about like doing all this like characters and doing these like undercover like things. We have not seen any of that, nor have we heard of anyone else doing any of that.
No, it's been a lot of like. So I'm the trash man basically for the spy agency. And not like even, and I wouldn't want this, but like not even dead bodies stuff, like you'd expect that to be part of it, or like it's just the paperwork.
Well, yeah,
just disposal,
or like cleaning up for an office party that we were not invited to.
Yeah, oh, very specifically.
Which it just seems like why not invite us?
Yeah,
well,
you know
there.
why it's.
Well, I know why, because they can't trust us with like the secrets and stuff.
Yeah. So that's frustrating. So we are looking to try to unionize this place. Just like in part so we have a thing to do together that maybe they'll invite us to.
Well, I just want basic
Like
respect. I think if we can unionize, and some of our demands are we should get invited to some of the birthday parties and stuff like that, and maybe like we get a minimum of maybe 2 pieces of cake.
Yeah. Wait. Well. Yeah. And these are negotiating. Like we might. It's going to be a negotiation. We understand that. So I want to clarify that now. We may not get all 2 pieces.
I'm not coming
in
here saying, "Oh, give me these demands. Oh, you have to do this." No, we're reasonable. But
yeah, I think we're very
don't
reasonable.
expect the Coke cans and things like that being picked up quickly. It might wait till the end of the day without doing what we say. Yeah,
we'll probably do other tasks first to make a point, but like we will be doing our jobs still because obviously we really need this. Caldera Lab creates high-performance men's skincare products, and the regimen leads off their product lineup. It's a twice-a-day routine to transform your skin to help you maybe someday work in a spy agency. The regimen includes 3 products: the Clean Slate, the Base Layer, and the Good. The Clean Slate starts and ends your day. It's a face wash that leaves all skin types refreshed. The Base Layer is a daily moisturizer to hydrate your skin and jumpstart your day full of confidence. The Good is your go-to multifunctional serum at night that helps your skin look tighter and smoother, as well as helps reduce the visibility of wrinkles and fine lines. And every drop of that serum is packed with millions of antioxidants to protect your skin. There's also the Caldera Lab Icon Eye Serum, which addresses the 3 most common skin concerns around the eye: fine lines, dark circles, and puffiness. And just like I think it's reasonable. I think our demands, because our demands aren't even related to money or hours or anything like that.
That'd be great.
Vacation
we should put that in there.
Okay. I feel like when it comes to negotiating, what I worry about, because we picked ourselves to be the union reps, what I worry is that we will prioritize the slices of cake over maybe like our salary, Yeah. Because that becomes a pretty big sticking point for you. And
so we just don't mention the salary at all then?
I just I say let's bring it in. Let's have it on the table so that we can say, okay, we'll
ones?
give you this.
Like the salary on the table, just like in 1s or 5s.
We'll see, and that's part of the negotiation. I think we have to.
I just got to bring my entire salary there. Put that cash on the table, and then just sort of sit back, cross my arms, see what happens.
Yeah, I've never actually been to one of these negotiations, so I assume you put it on the table, and then they spin the thing, and then if it lands on black, or red, you win. Once again, I've never done this before, but
I've never done anything, honestly.
Yeah. No, and that's, once again, Janice has been throwing a fit. So Caldera Lab is a leader in men's skincare. It's made with only top-tier ingredients, and clinical trials have found that 94% of men's skin showed an overall younger-looking appearance after using Caldera Lab for a few weeks. 1 minute morning and night is all it takes to reduce your wrinkles, fine lines, and signs of aging. And just for our audience, we have an exclusive offer, the best offer available anywhere. Use code JOCKDOC at calderalab.com and get 20% off right now. That's 20% off with code JOCKDOC at calderalab.com and make the unforgettable first impression where compliments are guaranteed. 20% off at calderalab.com with code JOCKDOC. And later, Cameron tells me that we can expect a special guest.
That's right, Dr. London.
Yeah, so look forward to that. But before we move on, I would like to address a bit of listener feedback. So for a long time, our listener demographic was primarily composed of both street and sea urchin. But in our efforts to cater to them, we found that we were neglecting the many bot accounts that download our podcast. So some of this week's feedback comes from, it's called TikTok, which I believe is named after either the person or the clock.
It's the clock app. It's the clock app on your phone.
Right. A very popular app.
People post their favorite times, or sometimes the coolest times, or sometimes the times that bum them out, because sometimes you want to feel bummed out. When
you say bum out, I'm all I can think of is...
You could just think about that butt magazine.
The butt
or it's
club,
not even butt magazine, it's a butt box club.
Yeah. Anyway, so this comment is it's a response to our video where we address Get Germa 985 on the pod. And the comment is from @TheClaire saying, quote, "Claire Gemini would love a shout out," end quote. So maybe she meant like a shut out.
Yeah.
Like someone who's locked out of their house?
Right. So this listener is contacting us trying to get back in their house. And to which I would say, I don't think I have your keys, but you would have to look at my keychain to actually make that judgment.
Yeah. Or if you're saying you would love a shout out or shout out, if this is a dating question, like this is the type of guy you're into, I guess Claire Gemini, if your type is guys locked out of their houses, then I guess you should be driving around and just look for someone who's standing on the lawn. Is that what people do normally?
If you're perfect type, if the guy who gives you the opposite of the ick is a guy who's consistently locked out of his house, then Dr. London is your man. So forget this other person you're talking about, this other like TikTok or YouTube or whatever. Dr. London's your guy. That man can never get into his house.
Yeah. Well, for one thing, yeah, you have my keys on your keychain, which, like you told me, it's for security.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen some of the people in this neighborhood?
Yeah. No,
my dad,
it's usually me.
My mom, you.
Yeah.
Your dad, your mom.
Yeah. My grandparents.
The mailman.
Aunts, uncles. Yeah. The milkmaid. Yeah. All that. Anyway, thank you so much for that question. I hope that we answered that succinctly for you. Let's see. Okay, then we had one more. Also on TikTok, but this is a comment on a response to @DocCombat talking about this guy. This comment comes from @Zeke Shamrock. They said, quote, catapult, and then praying hands emoji, crying emoji, end quote. So thank you so much for that feedback. I guess we don't support the military-industrial complex.
No, but we do heavily support the death penalty on this podcast, which if you're posting that catapult, not in a military sense, but in a punishment sense, as in like, this is what we should do to the bad people who don't do their taxes right, people
who failed, yes. The IRS isn't harsh enough, is what I say.
People in the bike lane, even if I'm trying to drive there.
Yeah. Also the sidewalk, same issue.
Yeah, when I'm trying to, just all these different people. In terms of that, I have to say, I have to go with my gut and say that, yes, like I support catapult execution.
Yeah. And you got to go with your gut. So,
yeah.
I hope that's...
But I want to say, I do not support execution by catapult into a brick wall. I think the last thing, if someone's going to be executed, the last thing they should see is, flying over the land.
For me, I'm kind of incentivized. I've bought a bunch of bricks. I invested in a bunch of bricks. And I really want work as a brick wall haver.
Well, I don't want to get into politics too much, but this is, two sides of the
it's
death
an election
penalty
year.
issue right here.
Yeah, it's an election year. You can tell. These are the topics that really occupy our minds. So thank you so much for that feedback. That's really helpful, and it helps us to really figure out what you want to hear. So, and of course, okay, we'll make it more death penalty related in the future. All right. Now for today's medical topic, neurofibromatosis type 2. Neurofibromatosis type 2 is an autosomal dominant neurocutaneous disorder caused by mutation on chromosome 22. Neurocutaneous disorders are neurologic conditions that affect the brain, spine, and peripheral nerves, but have manifestations on the skin. So you memorize those skin manifestations so that if you see them, you can be on the lookout for other aspects of the disorder that you can't necessarily see. So, clinical...
neurological issues and skin issues, Dr. London, we're talking about some of our listeners, aren't we?
Okay, now...
I'm really, really concerned for some of our listeners. I keep running into our listeners, Dr. London, when I go to like Chipotle or something, and they are sick. Well, they are frail.
They do run into you because they can't really see or perceive very well.
Yeah, they're just bumping into everything, Dr. London.
So yeah, I get it's. Yeah, I didn't want to. I guess we can roast our listener. I guess we haven't done it in a while.
Oh yeah, this is just soft ribbing, of course.
But like, our listeners are so stupid. Hold on, what's it? That
it's starting to become sort of a problem and actually sort of concerning to us as hosts. We feel like we're sort of accidentally organizing and accidentally radicalizing this group of very, low IQ people.
Yeah, our listeners,
by bringing them together,
are so difficult to get along with. That like it's kind of antisocial behavior, which isn't just some term thrown around. Like that's actually like a that becomes sort of psychopath, like serial killer kind of mentality. So like once again, it's pretty concerning that they just kind of can't control their emotions and they explode at people. Not usually literally, but like very like tantrums and things. And most of them are very old, so they just like doesn't make sense.
Well, and you know what I heard, Dr. London, is this thing where it's like three different indicators that or three different consistent indicators of serial killers as a child. Like 1, they torture animals. 2, they like play with fire. 3, they wet the bed. I've been hearing from doctors and scientists lately they're going to add a 4th one, and it's they listen to the Jock podcast. And I really don't like that at all. I really think that's going to do damage to the show. I don't want to be associated with that. Well,
it's like we don't, and like despite our heavy lobbying, we still don't control the DSM. Last I checked, it was a 5. We can't control how they diagnose this stuff, but like we can't help it, right? They're gonna keep doing this.
I just want to know where my money is going if I can't lobby for that. DJ Dillon is our lobbyist, and he's the best one in town.
Yeah, in town, but like he did have to found his own town to be able to claim that.
Yeah, it's unincorporated DJ Dillon land.
Yeah. Clinical features of neurofibromatosis type 2 include bilateral vestibular schwannomas, which is a classic finding, and these are tumors in nerves for hearing, so it can make someone deaf. They can have multiple meningiomas, cafe au lait spots, which is kind of like it's named after how it looks in a latte with the little difference in skin tone, and neurofibromas, which are soft flesh-colored lesions attached to peripheral nerves. Because neurofibromatosis type 2 affects hearing, I remember that for type 2, you have 2 ears that are affected. There's no specific treatment for neurofibromatosis type 2. All right, Cameron, you said that we have a special guest today. Is that right?
That's right, Dr. London.
All right, well, hello there. My name is drlondonsmith.com. This is our producer, Cameron. What was your name?
Hi, my name is Ray Ray.
Okay.
You might know me.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
I'm so used to being stepped on, it's fine. Oh, I'm Ray Ray. I'm Ryan Gosling's big toe.
Okay, well, I'm trying to think of all of his toes and what I know about them. So he only has one big toe? I guess that's the first question I have.
I mean, the other one doesn't speak. I kind of kicked its ass a couple times, so it knows to follow along. I'm the one that leads. I'm the one that's always right. I'm the one that's always in his shoe.
Yeah, I guess this is my first question is, are you the only toe on Ryan's body that is, sentient? I don't know much about the celebrity world. This is all very new to me.
This all happened when he decided to try an audition for Barbie, because I was there supporting him. I was supporting all the other toes for his dance moves in La La Land and all of these great things. And then the fact that Barbie just would not let me star in it was the problem. So I became sentient to let others know that I am the important one.
And sort of in a way, like Barbie came to life, you came to life by willing yourself out of anger.
Yes, you understand the movie premise and my own heart issues.
Okay, well, I guess for me, because I'm gonna go ahead and confess here. Like I've got several toes left, and none of them have been speaking, and they've been turned down for a lot of roles. So I guess for me, it's just very surprising to come across someone who's changed that dynamic. But I guess that's kind of what gives you the star power.
Well, yes, but if you watch Barbie, her feet go from the perfect angled heel raise to like a flat foot, and that just inspired me. It's now time for me. Quentin Tarantino can't get away from me, and now I have a space in the entertainment industry.
Okay, so what's, I guess, going forward? So you're obviously well connected to like one A-lister.
You could say that.
Yeah. How are you planning to use, is he okay with it? I guess is one of the questions.
Well, he has to be okay with it. Otherwise, I just pretend that I'm continuously getting stubbed, and then he looks like a clumsy asshole.
Oh, wow. And then he can only play clumsy asshole characters?
Yeah, exactly. He like loses his appeal.
And he gets cast in a Marvel movie as one of those superheroes who's just a clumsy asshole and everyone hates him? Oh, no.
And that'll be all my responsibility.
Okay. I hate to say it, but like with your talk about how you've treated the other toes, and now saying like he has to obey. You mentioned being stepped on, but it sounds like you're the bully here.
That's because I found a new life. Like I said, I was very, very inspired by Barbie. I first had it from Quentin Tarantino, and I got 2 inches away from Tarantino. 2 inches. But now I know I must bring my light. I need to be in that limelight.
Yeah, and bully your way to it, and like maybe abuse other people to the point that you're there.
Yes.
You're aware of cancel culture, right? Like I just want to like let you know that this is a whole thing.
Yeah, how much about the celebrity world do you know?
I mean, I've been dripped on with wine. I've walked through the desert. I've been in the sand. I've felt Tom Cruise's pool water on myself.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you've stepped on the red carpet and all these things, but there's a lot of other aspects to celebrity you might not know about. For example, like cancel culture, like forcing someone to against their own will to be a huge stumbling clumsy asshole.
It's not my fault. Bullying gets you so far. Look at Trump. Look at Joe Rogan. Like, all you have to do is say some rude stuff about somebody else, and before you know it, you're on the cover of People magazine or Time magazine because you made an impact. I don't want to be positive. Ryan has done enough positive. It's time to flip that narrative.
That is true. One of the stated goals on this podcast in past episodes is that we are desperately trying to get canceled so that Spotify will give us $100 million.
Yeah, that is the goal here.
No matter what I say, it has not happened yet. I have called people stupid butts. I have called people dummy pants. I'm going to say it again because I'm going to say it louder. Put this on TikTok, DJ Dylan. The Pope, he can go suck an egg.
No. Okay. Look,
you're going after the wrong people here. That Pope has got some hope, yo.
Maybe his friends. Maybe his friends can go suck an egg.
I really worry that because every time we try to get canceled, people just they just don't listen to us. Is really what happens.
Yeah. It does the opposite of what canceling should do, which is give you significant publicity. Yeah. For us,
which is now, it's doing the opposite for you. You're trying to talk about culture cancel, and here I am being like, yeah, cancel me. Try hashtag I hate everybody.
Well, I wouldn't say
you ain't gonna get canceled.
I wouldn't say it does the opposite to us. It does nothing either way.
Yeah,
it's the same amount of people before and same amount of people after. It doesn't seem to move the needle in any direction. I'd love to see movement even in the negative direction at this point. Just to know it's alive.
A cause and effect, yeah. Anywhere that doing something changes things, because in our experience so far at least, no matter how canceled we get, it's like canceling, I don't know, like a rodent just in your yard. Like no one is aware of it. So
right, it doesn't make the headlines like you think, even though you're like, well, I've posted on Twitter and everything that I canceled this rat in my yard.
Well, that's making me feel less and less confident in my capacity to take over the world.
Well, that is the first step of getting into this industry, is to you enter the industry believing that you are basically God's gift to this earth. And then the second you're up against two guys saying, no, you can't do it, you give up and sort of fall into a deep despair.
I mean, I guess it's a thing to think about when I'm warm under a sock. But
like, we all know that feeling, but I don't know. I don't want to discourage you over much here. So you said one of your goals, at least, is to take over the world. Is that right?
yes, exactly. I need people to understand that ingrown toenails are not favorable in anybody's life. And stop putting paint on us. Like, my God, it's staying.
Okay. Well, hold on. Is that your definition of taking over the world, to spread awareness?
Or is it to ban these things?
I mean, I'd like to ban them, but from my understanding, you can't get rid of an ingrown toenail that easy. But banning nail polish, yes, that would be life-changing for me
and then
my compatriot.
People are going to start operating the underground nail polish market, and then those people, you catapult them.
Right, we could catapult them. I don't know, that sounds fun. But I could also be the head ringer of the black market and make sure that only certain types of nail polish make it out there.
Oh,
and then I got,
then it's okay.
Now I'm side slinging. Exactly.
As long as it's filtered through someone in power who sort of decides, what rules get followed and what don't. As long as that's happening somewhere. I have a question about your plans for your career, because you're sort of permanently attached to any project that Ryan's attached to, right? Like, this is sort of you're sort of stuck being kind of, one of Wes Anderson's go-to actors. Like, you sort of have to be in every project that Ryan gets his hands on. No offense to his hands, gets his feet on as well. Yeah, no, I don't know how you feel about his hands or anything.
I'm more important than his hands. He knows what to do with his hands. He doesn't know what to do with his feet without me. So I'm key, and any role that I go to with him obviously becomes a success. So that's how I plan to explain to him, he must let me thrive. You must let me lead. Let me have my time. Because if I can show the 2-step, the 3-step, the waltz, and the salsa, then maybe someday I can inspire the world just as much as he had.
Okay. So it's world inspiration and domination, and also and it's through the power of dance.
Yes, you clearly have not danced enough, Dr. London. You should know this. It's a great exercise.
Yeah. No, I've that's how I did my PE, obviously, growing up. That you go to your dance class, and then but for us, they actually had us, and I don't know if this is anything to do with the sentient toes, but like, they had us put blindfolds on our toes so that there would be no, I guess, interference. I'm not sure, or maybe the teacher knew that
they were trying. Yes, they were trying to control us. They were trying to keep us calm, so you could not be the stellar dancer you knew you could be, because we could not see.
Oh, wow. So anytime I put socks on, I'm sort of like basically sticking a bag over someone's head. 5 people.
You are.
Oh, wow.
And all we can smell is ourselves. So if you are very not good in hygiene, please take this as a note. Watch your feet.
I'm going to be honest, though. If you're just going to sort of work on whatever Ryan's working on, and, you're going to be known as, oh, I'm Ryan Gosling's big toe, you're kind of just riding his coattails. Like, it's like nepotism in a way.
That's the only way to do it in Hollywood. Haven't you heard? There was a whole debate last year. There was stars that talked out about it.
I feel like at some point, though, you're going to have to think about cutting ties, so to speak. Severing yourself from the situation.
I have started
taking a table saw
myself
to Ryan Gosling's foot.
Well, I was going to be more insidious. I was going to get his blood vessels involved and give me gout.
Oh,
See-
this is interesting.
Yeah, to me, that it would be painful, but usually the first line treatment for gout isn't to cut off the toe. This is like, I get there's a lot of misconception, especially with our listeners. If you get gout, don't just reach for the table saw. Like you might be able to like take an ibuprofen.
Yeah. So can you get the blood vessels to do something a little more extreme than gout then? Maybe mix gout in with some, I don't know, gangrene?
It would be a little damaging to my image. I would not be as hot as Ryan Gosling at that point, and I don't know who would pass me.
Dr. Lennon, you're the medical expert here. What is a disease that Ryan could get that could ensure a healthy removal of either his foot or his toes?
Yeah, I'm trying to think through, but diseases tend to be harmful, and if you want to cut off a part of the body, then that's usually because that part is so badly off. So either you need to become, just destitute, which I don't see happening here, or you've got to talk to Ryan about this and have you got to have this conversation. Say, like, persuade him, ultimately.
Well, I will start with hey girl, you know that there's something bigger and better for the both of us. And then maybe I will explain to him if you could give me diabetes. I know he has a sweet tooth. That might help with some, nerve damage and inability to feel my movements.
Well, how about we role play real quick this conversation, because like I feel like we're just throwing hypotheticals at it, but there's no way to really know. So, Cameron, you look the most like Ryan Gosling. I look the most like the sports commentator that would be in the room as well while this conversation's happening. So do you want to just go through it?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, everybody, we're here back in the game, and wow, here's a surprise. We have Ryan Gosling in the crowd. Okay, Cameron's on him.
Yeah, hey, what's up? Yeah, no, it's like, got my wife.
All right.
Anybody, you hear me?
Now we got two roosters.
What's up?
They're about to fight. Because that's what kind of thing Ryan Gosling goes to, is these
the Mickey Mouse Club.
Some foul fighting.
I knew there was something evil that you guys would come upon him. Yes, he does enjoy his.
Okay, and they are
we
fighting.
Fight the chickens. We get the chickens out there fighting.
Oh no,
sort of
the chickens have shaken hands and vowed to never
It's
fight
real
again.
Good, just real
They
quick
abhor
work,
violence.
kind
You
of Steve
know what?
Carell's
You could just
first one
have
to
a
introduce
beak.
me. I don't know.
Just have a beak. Cut me. Beak. Walk to the chicken.
And scene. Okay, how did that feel? I can't help but think that you maybe kind of dodged the confrontation part.
Eva was there. I can't get involved with Eva. I do love her feet.
Yeah, I mean it's
I love that.
It's tough to roleplay, especially at least in the scene I saw. Ryan Gosling was such just like a cool, suave, nice character that it might be kind of hard to confront such a man like that. He was just there trying to enjoy the cockfight, talking about Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Do you want to try it again? Maybe in a different setting.
Let's put it in a private bathroom in the public setting. Maybe he's in a porta potty of sorts.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're here in the porta potty where Ryan Gosling is using it.
Ryan.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan Gosling, just talking to myself in the porta potty, just looking on my
you
phone.
have stepped in something gross. It's called brown stuff.
This is
whoa,
what's
up?
There are two chickens. Oh boy. Okay, this is a very tight space.
Ryan, you must chop me off. I have AIDS now.
Okay.
You stepped
these
me.
are
You must help. You must help. Do you understand?
I think I'm tripping off of the chicken sandwich I had earlier right now, because I swear to God, my toe is talking to me.
Ryan, you must free me from the pain you feel. You see, there's been too much jamming a toe in a shoe. I must be free. You never wear the sandals. You never give me the breath. Ryan.
What if I got Crocs? You could sort of see out.
Crocs, no. I need my own light. You must let me be free, like the chicken.
But how can I do all my dancing like the one movie if I don't have a toe anymore.
Oh, Ryan, I will start for you. They will just randomly cut to me as their toe, separate, but same.
Can I still sort of just walk around sort of just brooding and stuff? Because that's most of my roles. That's like
Oh, Ryan, by far.
all the other ones.
You can growl, you can grimace, you can smell pretty to the ladies. I will handle.
There's a knock at the porta potty.
Oh.
There's a knock.
Oh, come in.
You're taking forever.
Come in.
Hey,
Go ahead, come in.
well,
Door's
please,
open.
please.
Hey man,
Hey,
what's
Yeah,
up?
come on.
You have a
There's
knife,
room.
right?
Hey,
Please,
Ryan.
Please explain you have a knife.
Right. Hey, is that a knife? No, that's not. Okay. Is that a knife?
I think my toe was asking if you have a knife. Guy, porta
Oh,
potty
man,
guy.
Everybody has a knife.
No,
Everybody.
I guess
It's as simple.
All right. Well, I'm gonna leave you to it. I didn't realize someone was in here.
Do you want to bite off my toe?
There's two of us in here. There's
Hey,
two.
friend.
And
Two of us.
scene. Wow.
Wow,
We
that-
really got to the bottom of that.
Oh boy, it's gonna be a tough conversation, but I think you can do it.
I know it's going to take more practice. Clearly, I may not be the star he is now, but I will be one day.
Yeah. I mean, like, I want to say, like, it's okay to not necessarily be as big of a star as Ryan Gosling. Like, I want to, like, Cameron isn't that big of a, like, the rest of us, you know, some of us are obviously there or bigger
Right,
by
but
now,
not everyone
celebrity
can
doctors
be-
and everything.
Not everyone is invited to the A-list. Some of us, we're stuck sort of on CW TV shows and doing commercials for Allstate, and that's where my career's at, which is fine. It's not,
Right,
there's not
right.
one,
But
there's not
you're
one
not a-
career that's better than another career. You know what I mean?
Maybe I'll have a chance to get on that one show that's about family singing, and they can try and identify who I'm related to. Maybe I could start there. Reality TV.
Oh, yeah. But it might be easy to guess because people will be like, well, there's one celebrity who's been stumbling around a shit ton lately.
Then I must be strong for the Ryan. I cannot fuck that up.
Yeah, you just don't freak out like the girl did who was like related to Tom Hanks, and then she got mad that everyone guessed that she was related to Tom Hanks.
That was a terrible episode.
Yeah, just don't do that. And then instead, just sort of, I would say, sabotage other people's toes. Maybe convince other toes to go free.
Maybe that's the trick. Yeah, it's, toes. The rest of us don't know toes nearly as well.
Yes, I will talk to other people's toes. I'll start with Eva's. Maybe that will start the new generation. If Eva becomes clumsy, then everyone else can become clumsy. And that's how I will use my nepotism.
Oh man, imagine the power if you could get Lorne Michaels' toes. All the contacts he has. Mitt Romney.
That would be beyond.
Yeah.
Oh, I would use it for so much control of the knowledge.
Go say hi to Mitt Romney, yeah. Like, not hang out, really, because I feel like he gets too political about stuff.
Well, Romney's hard to hang out with, and his toes are hard to hang out with because their planet. Have you been to their planet? The planet he's getting to when he dies, his Mormon planet. It kicks ass. It's badass. It has a water park. It has literally its own like fully functional DDR machine, like the actual machine, not just like the hard mats.
That would be a dream come true for me. I like that challenge of all the buttons and the foot moves.
Well, then get in with Mitt Romney's toes, because when he dies and goes to his Mormon planet, that's where they're going too. Unless you can convince them otherwise.
Maybe I can get Rudy Giuliani's toes to join too. That would be a very powerful trifecta.
Something tells me that Rudy Giuliani's toes have rotted off already at some point.
There's
no way.
I would not bet on their health.
I wouldn't trust that.
I think if I wanted to remove a toe, actually just doing a little toe transplant or like just a little sample from Rudy Giuliani's toe to Ryan Gosling's toe might get the toe to come off just on its own.
You think Rudy Giuliani
So
has like a form of leprosy, essentially?
I think it's just the distaste, but yeah.
Well,
So
that would be quite the story for me to tell. Maybe that can be my biography.
Yeah. Oh, right. It's always good to. It's never too early to start your memoir.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes it's before fame, and then for a few people, it's after fame, and after things happen to them.
Right. I don't need things to happen to me. I've already preconceived ideas because of you guys. I will write this book. I will get famous. You will see.
Could you imagine if the famous author Anne Frank had waited until she was already famous to start writing her book? It would have taken forever to get published.
I bet her toes would also have been very lonely at that point.
That I don't remember that much from that much toe talk in her diary, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I'd have to do one of the just a search function to find out
get some
for
spark
sure.
notes on it. Yeah.
But honestly, I did kind of just scan it a few times whenever I'm reading. But once again, famous author, great. Best to start your memoirs early. And that's advice for our listeners too. If you haven't started your memoir, what are you doing?
Where are you?
Yeah.
Their toes have not inspired them yet.
That is so sad.
It's where are you? Sorry, we also need to do what have you eaten today? What's up? Can we hang out at your parents' house this weekend? Just questions for our listeners.
We're asking our listeners questions?
Yeah, well, just because we asked the memoir question, so I figured we'd just add a few more since we're already asking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If you haven't started your memoir yet, what are you doing? Do you want to hang out later? Yeah.
How recent was prom? Was your prom recent or was it a while ago?
Yeah.
Because for me, my prom was a while ago, but the most recent prom I went to is in 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm so nervous, Dr. London.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can possibly speak with your toes and maybe give you some superpowers to get the ladies.
Oh, no. I'm not there to get ladies. I'm a grown man. I'm there to take the room hostage Joker style. Remember when the Joker did that one time?
Oh, well, okay. That's a style.
But the problem in the movie is that he was in a world where there was that bat guy who was sort of fucking everything up for him. Whereas in our world, we don't have that. So I don't know what the step 2 of the plan is, but I know that I won't have to deal with the bat guy when I do the hostage thing.
Indeed. Well, you must find the jock of the high school and start taking him down a notch.
Oh, yeah. So when I take them hostage, that's who I execute first to sort of establish dominance. I'm like, who's the biggest jock in this school?
Yes, that's the best advice I have to give you from Horizon Gosling.
So Joker goes to a prom.
I don't know. In one of the Batman movies, Joker just sort of took a whole room hostage for a minute.
Yeah.
Some banquet or something that was going on. I'm not going to get access to a fancy banquet with a bunch of billionaires. So a local prom, and not my local prom because those proms are too big. But if I go to more of a rural area, those proms that don't really have security, I think I'll be okay there. Yeah. But I just don't know what to do with the next step. Besides, I now know step 2, execute the biggest jock in the room. Step 3, not sure yet.
You gotta swoon a crazy lady and have her partner with you.
Oh, Stockholm Syndrome somewhat. See?
Exactly.
This is great. Would you like to participate in this little heist I have going on?
Oh, I would. And maybe the Ryan Gosling will sever me in enough time to be there.
I just want to clarify on this. It's not necessarily going to be a heist if you don't have anything you're trying to steal.
I feel like I'm going to steal something while I'm there, at least some of the food or whatever, right?
You could steal a soul.
That's true.
Can you?
The biggest jock, I'm sort of essentially stealing his soul.
Yes. You could steal somebody else's shoe soul.
Oh, okay. Oh,
a fun play on words. You guys don't want to steal shoes. They're boring.
Is there a lot of toe wordplay, foot wordplay in the toe world?
Oh, there is. You better believe it.
Calling people
you gotta nail that
and
one
whatnot.
down.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, darling.
It's like, oh, that kept me on my toes.
We're finally speaking the same language.
Well, let's not tiptoe around the the issue. Hold on. There was another one. Dip my toe into the subject matter.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, thank you so much, Ray, for being on. I think we learned a lot about toe culture and a little bit about Hollywood and the industry. Is there anyone, and this is, maybe anyone you want to give a shout out, maybe a leg up to someone who's, anyone you're a fan of?
Oh, I think the Joe Coy needs a shout out. I mean, he took on a very dangerous road. They asked me to do it. I said no because I knew that the comedy would not be there. So, Joe Coy, Godspeed, and may your big toe find some hot water.
And I'll say, we were asked to host as well, but we got lost on the way there.
Well, every award is hard. You get lost on every one of them.
Anyway, thank you so much. Keep stepping. Keep. I already said tiptoe. And thank you to our producer Cameron. Thank you to Digital in the House.